So for the first topic to cover today, we got the Clippers and Thunder make a trade. Plus, Kawhi goes to the LA Clippers. So let me just break down this Clippers-Thunder trade really quickly. Very simple. Paul George is headed from the Thunder over to LA in exchange for a ton of picks. I'm pretty sure it's like 4 unprotected first-round picks plus a protected first-round pick and then some swaps in the first round. So a boatload of picks, and then the Thunder also get a young piece in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and not so young piece in Danilo Gallinari, who's, had a pretty good season this year. But what this really is Paul George and Kawhi Leonard teaming up in LA. And who could have saw this coming? I mean, I know I saw Kawhi Leonard going to the Clippers. I saw that coming because he's not going to pair it with LeBron, and if he was going to sign with the Raptors, he would have done it by then. But I did not see the Paul George. Coming in. I just thought that Kawhi would go to the Clippers by himself and just have a good time. He's a fun guy. He'd have a lot of fun. But I did not see Paul George coming in, pairing up with Kawhi Leonard. It was weird because Kawhi Leonard, you had reports of him asking KD first, and then Kyrie, and then Jimmy Butler, and then he finally settled for Paul George. So I'm not sure if that could add some sort of animosity or some sort of disturbance between the two, but it should be fine. It's a pretty good pairing. But for Kawhi Leonard, by not joining LeBron James, he has rebalanced the league. He's brought New Balance. Kind of cool. Signed with New Balance, he brought New Balance to the league. He returned the league from a super team dichotomy to more of a duo scheme, where we have players like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson paired up, LeBron James, Anthony Davis paired up. You got on the 76ers, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. You got Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, and Kristaps Porzingis. You get my gist. It's becoming more of a duo-centric league now. Shifting from, you gotta have 3 stars, to, hey, 2 works. 1 or 2. That's okay. It works. And it creates a lot more competitive league, especially out in the West, because now we have a lot of teams that are competing a lot more. In the West, and in the East, it's a bit tragic. You got like 3 teams, maybe 4, that are really, really good, and then the rest are kind of bottom feeders. And it has a bit of a Brooklyn Nets vibe to it, of the little bro finally getting the best of the big bro. I know that people out there will still say the Lakers still run LA, but the Clippers are making their stand. And in my opinion, they're in a lot better position than the Lakers. The Lakers still have uncertainty about Anthony Davis re-signing. And yes, I know people will say, no, he will stay in LA. But what if things don't work out? What if things don't work out as he thought? What if he leaves? It's a real possibility. Probably not likely, probably won't happen, but it's a possibility. Whereas for the Clippers, you got Kawhi Leonard and you got Paul George locked up for 2 years. They're staying there. They're not moving. It's LA. They're not moving. They're on the contract. They're not moving. And then on the flip side, we have Paul George, where he left Russell Westbrook. And he said himself, it's not because Westbrook's a bad guy. He just felt it was better for him. And I completely agree with Paul George. Westbrook is not a bad guy. Personally, he's probably a really good guy. I don't know. But I'm expecting him to be a really, really good guy. A really good guy personally. He's a good player too. Averaged a triple-double for 3 consecutive seasons. Never been done before. MVP, good defensive player, great passer. He can score the ball, not really a fantastic shooter, but he knows what he's doing most of the time. And Paul George had his best year statistically with Russell Westbrook, despite all the criticism that Russell Westbrook gets for being a quote-unquote ball hog. Paul George ended up being 3rd in MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Russell Westbrook had a great year defensively too. I think that Kawhi probably told Paul George, really, really look at your situation. Really look at it. Look at it hard and clear. Because Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double for the whole year. Paul George had his best year by far. MVP considerations, Defensive Player of the Year considerations, and yet it was all for nothing. All for nothing. They got bounced out in the first round yet again, just like last year. And they only won one game. Only won one game against the Portland Trailblazers, who went on to get swept by the Golden State Warriors. And got took to 7 games by the young Denver Nuggets. And then I think that also, he looked at it and he's like, I got injured too. I got my shoulder injury too. That probably also led to their loss in the playoffs too, because he couldn't hit a dang shot. And I think it comes down to this. He, deep down, he said, Westbrook's he's a great guy. Westbrook is a great guy. But guess what? He can't deliver a championship. He can't and he won't. He's not that guy. Then also, he looked at himself. He said, I got injured. And I'm going to continue having these injuries. I'm going to continue having them. And I need someone who, if I have these injuries, can still win without me. For that extra protection surrounding his shoulder injuries or any other injury. And he said, Kawhi, you're right. I can't win with Russell Westbrook. He's a great guy, but I can win with you. I can win with you. And if I get injured, I know you got my back. Because you can win on your own. You showed that in Toronto. You can win on your own. Now, overall, for the Clippers, they're looking like the favorite. I mean, their overall team is nice. They got the nice duo of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. But then you add Patrick Beverley to that, and you got a really nice defensive starting squad. It's going to be impossible for teams to really score on them, on those guys. They'll need to score in the paint against Zubac and take advantage of Landry Shamet. But even then, those guys are pretty good. They're young, but they're really good. Landry Shamet has that J.J. Redick vibe to him. Ivica Zubac from the Lakers, he's pretty good. He's young, he's pretty good. He's got a lot to learn. He's got a lot of potential. Then off the bench, you still got Lou Williams. Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, winner of Sixth Man of the Year and third place in Sixth Man of the Year as well. Dang, I really don't know how you're going to stop that team in the playoffs. I really don't. Because Lou Will or Kawhi Leonard can take the shot in the clutch. They're both really, really good. And then Paul George can do what he does. Great, and he's not really known for being that clutch of a player, but if need be, he can be that third guy to take the shot. And now for the Thunder. For the Thunder, it's in full rebuild mode, full reset. Just hit the reset button. And at this point, you heard it, they're looking to trade Russell Westbrook. They're looking to trade him now, and that's really all they can do. Thank you for listening to the G-Truth, the one and only good truth. It is your host, Giovanni Canales, myself. If you're listening to this on YouTube, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and maybe that notification button as well, so that you can keep up with whatever content I'm putting out related to the NBA or NFL. And if you're listening to this on the podcasting app of your choice, be sure to subscribe or keep up with the content that I am putting out as well. And also, finally, make sure that you share this podcast, whether on YouTube or on the podcasting app of your choice, with friends and family, so that we can help this channel grow and help me make better content as well. Thank you.